Okay, we are going to practice drawing and shading a circle today. You are going to do this in your sketchbook. On the back of one of your sketchbook's drawings is fine, or you can start a new sheet, either one. But you are going to start off by actually drawing a circle shape. Do not trace a circle shape. I want you to practice drawing, okay? When you draw your circle, I want it to be about the size of like a bottom of a Coke can, all right? Don't draw it too big or it will take you forever to shade, and do not draw it too small or you won't actually get the benefit of learning how to shade, okay? You are going to take your pencil and start by drawing your circle. Some people like to draw their circle really fast, like that. That will work. Some people like to spin the paper and keep their hands still. You can do that as well. What I personally like to do is draw like a C, like the letter C, and then I make the other side connect to it, okay? And again, the more you do this, the better you actually get at it. I do have these little sketchy lines whenever I draw, and that is perfectly fine. I can use those to help me shade. So if I want to go in and kind of shape up my circle, just leave your pencil lines, and you can erase what you don't need at the end. All right. The next thing that you're going to do after you get your circle shape is we are going to draw our light source, okay? Your light source, technically, it can come from any direction. Like you can have it in any of the corners or the top or the bottom or coming from the front. Since this is our first shaded circle, I'm just going to do the right side over here. If you want to do the left instead, that's fine. Draw you either like a light bulb or a little sun, something that represents a light source, and go ahead and label it for me. This is the only circle that you're going to do that you have to label. All of your other ones, it's fine if you do not label them, okay? Since this is our light source, the light is shining on this circle, kind of like in this area is what you have to imagine. So where the light hits the object, we have what we just learned was called a highlight, okay? So on your highlight, and I almost spelled that wrong, on your highlight you want to leave that area white, okay? So it leaves kind of like a glare or like a shine onto something wherever light hits it. Opposite of our highlight, where no light hits our object, this is called our shadow, okay? This is going to be the shaded part of our circle. It's going to be the darkest point that we can get with our pencil lead, all right? So we're about to start to shade. I do want to give you two interesting tips that will help you when you shade. One, it works better if you use a lead pencil, okay? A mechanical pencil, it ends up having the little pencil lines, and the lead doesn't smudge and smear as good. If you have a mechanical pencil today, that's fine. Just go ahead and use it. Mine is actually a ebony pencil, so mine's going to get a little bit darker than yours. This is just a really dark lead, and it's a drawing pencil. Your wooden pencils that you use to write with will work just fine, but you want to use the side of your pencil. That's why a mechanical pencil doesn't work as well. So you want to try to hold your pencil like this. A lot of teachers, if you keep shading and keep taking drawing classes, they want you to hold your pencil from the side, okay? So practice today trying to hold your pencil from the side. Every now and then, if I have a little small detail to shade, I'll kind of just use the point of it, but do try holding your pencil like so, okay? The second helpful hint is to shade in the direction the object's going. So this is a circle, so you want to try to shade like in a circular motion. It's just like if you take a circle and say we color it up and down like this, that circle is going to appear flat, okay? So you always want to shade, or even like when you color with your crayons or markers, you want to go in the direction that the object is going. That way it will automatically, it's almost like magic, appear like it's a circle shape, okay? So that's going to help our circle look more like a sphere, is to shade in the direction that we're going, okay? Now, you are going to press down, so I want you to take, again, the side of your pencil, and I want you to press down as hard as you can and get as dark as your pencil lead will go, and go ahead and make that dark value. So this is going to be the darkest value that you can get with your pencil lead, okay? And we're just going to kind of make it like a crescent moon kind of shape. I am going to go on up here. There's no light shining on the bottom of my circle, and there's no light shining up here, so I'm going to get that as dark as my pencil lead will go, okay? Now notice that I am kind of, I guess what you would call scribbling a little bit, but I still am doing it in the shape of a circle, okay? So now I have my crescent moon kind of shade. If you need to go back and kind of redraw your circle, you can. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade from this dark to this white. That's what shading's all about, is fading it, making it look smooth. And so in the middle right here, I'm going to have what I call my values, okay? The area from white to dark or dark to light, alright? So now I'm going to kind of like loosen up my wrist a little bit, and I'm going to not press down as hard, and I'm going to continue to shade. I'm trying to get me a gray value. Okay, and you should be able to kind of squint your eyes. I'm going to turn the light off and see if that helps. Yep, that helps a lot. Okay, you should be able to see where it goes from dark to light. Okay, now a lot of you will end up with like this line right here. You want to get rid of that line, so you want it to kind of blend in. So if you've got to go back over your dark value and press down a little bit to get rid of that line, then I would go ahead and do that, okay? Then right here, before I get to my white area, I'm going to barely even press down on my pencil, and I'm just going to do a very light value just to get some pencil lead on my paper right there, okay? And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring it on up here a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to do what we call smudging. Alright, you're going to take your finger for this. Later on we'll learn how to use a tissue, but you are going to basically use your finger as a drawing tool, and you're going to smudge. You should end up with black on your finger. Okay, you want that pencil lead to get on your finger, and you're going to actually create another value just by the smudge that you made. Okay, so see how I'm going ahead, I'm getting rid of that little highlight line that I drew, and I'm smudging it, and I'm making all of this smooth. Okay, I can go back up here and kind of erase part of my line, and if I got out a line, I'm going to erase a little bit over here to make it more like a circle shape. Okay, I also want you to squint your eyes at your drawing, and if you squint and you just see a solid color, then you need to go back and rework your artwork. Okay, you should, like I said, have that value that fades from dark to light. Okay, so I want to get rid of any lines and imperfections that I have, and I want this to be smooth. Okay, if I cover up too much of my highlight up here, you can easily go back and erase it. And again, I want to make that smooth. This probably isn't the best sphere I've ever made, and it happens to be on my video, but oh well. Just going to try it out. Okay, so again, I'm just kind of working it, making it smooth out, going back and adding some dark values in there. Again, this is where I said when I have small areas, I kind of use the point of my pencil. Okay, but overall, I've got my dark shadow, I got my values, I got even a lighter value up here, and then I've got my highlight. Okay, now down here is where your cast shadow goes. You will not always have a cast shadow, alright, but we're going to go ahead, and this is going to be like a sphere that's sitting on a table, so we're going to practice and add our cast shadow. Alright, the cast shadow is going to be basically like a shadow that's reflecting on the table, like if this sphere was on there. So you want it to be kind of sphere shaped. It does not have to be perfect because a shadow is not perfect, but you do want it to kind of represent the shape you're drawing. Okay, and it's also going to be as dark as your pencil lead will go. Okay, and if you need to go back and kind of make your circle darker so it looks like it's sitting on there, go ahead and do that. Okay, so I want you to follow along with this video and try to practice and make a circle and turn it into a sphere, making it look three-dimensional, making it look realistic, trying to smooth it out as best you can. And I do want you to label this one, okay? And you're actually going to do, after you finish this circle, you're going to do 3 more circle shapes. So you're going to have a total of 4 circles in your sketchbook. And yes, I want 4 circles in your sketchbook. I want you to practice and kind of perfect this so that you get the hang of shading. And shading circles is the easiest thing to shade, so we're going to start with the easiest, and every day we're going to get a little bit harder. We're going to do something that has a little bit more shape and depth to it. Okay, so you should end up with something like this in your sketchbook. Okay, and then again you're going to do 3 more. You do not have to label the other 3, so you'll have a total of 4 shaded circles. Alright, and again, make them all about the size of a Coke can. Alright, so the size of the bottom of a Coke can, use the side of your pencil. If you have a mechanical pencil today, then I'll forgive you, but you do probably want to try to bring and remember to use a wooden pencil. Okay? Alright, if you have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll help you out.